Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming to the presentation. I'm going to be doing on a scholarly person. My name is Dawn Fromm. The first thing I'm going to talk about are traits of a scholarly person, what I feel are the traits that a scholarly person should have. I feel that they should be compassionate, that they should be loyal, they should have good ethics, be very productive in the job that they do, be competitive in the workforce, be open minded, and have a vision or a sight of where they want to go with their career. My everyday heroes traits. My everyday hero is Mari Livingston, who is the Associate Director in Financial Aid, and many of you may know her here. She is a person that is currently going to school herself, trying to get her master's, and she has two small children that are going to school as well, and she has a husband that has a business which she helps with, plus working full time. So to me, she is someone that I feel I can look up to. I didn't have anyone in my family. She was the one I've always been around. Some of the traits that she has is she's a very passionate person about what she does and about her family. She is always willing to give us recognition within our job. She has good ethics, and as you can see in having a family and going to school. She's very loyal and has good integrity. She's my mentor in this right now. She's the one that convinced me to go back to school at my age of 54. She's been trying to get me to go for the last 10 years, and so she was the one that convinced me to do this, so I'm on the right path. So she checks up on me, makes sure I'm comfortable and my classes are going well, so I really appreciate that. She's very open-minded, and she has a vision within our department, so she kind of knows where it's going to go. Right now, we lost the director to retirement, and so Mari is the one that's kind of filling in until they have a replacement for that person. So she is why she's my everyday hero. As far as developmental tasks, I talk about Erikson's stages of development. I'm not going to go over the 8 stages that he has. The stage I'm currently in is the middle-age stage because I'm at age 54 and getting close to retirement age, which is the stagnant stage of life, where are you sure you're in the right profession? If you're not, you want to take a look back at where your career's been and what you're doing. With Erikson's theories, he talks about success being the successful achievement would be if you get through all the 8 stages successfully. Then he feels that at the end of your life you've succeeded and you've had happiness. Where if you get stuck in one of the stages where you run into problems within that stage, he believes that down the road that conflict's going to pop up later in life, which it's kind of how I feel right now. I'm not sure if I was in the right stage when I started out, because I started out going to school for accounting and got an accounting degree, worked different jobs, and now all of a sudden I'm looking at where I'm at here at Winona State after 15 years of working here, and I've decided to go back to school because I want to be a counselor. So that's kind of why. And I kind of use these 3 sources. The physical maturation, the cultural pressures, the individual aspirations and values, and looking at, where I'm at as far as, did I mature through the right stages in my life? Sometimes we have pressures within society that cause us to go a certain way, like a teacher maybe pushes you to go one way, or a parent. And so I kind of looked at that, and then my values as to, where do I want to be at this stage in my life? Do I want to be just someone being an assistant in a department? Do I want to see a job that offers higher pay so that at the end, when I get time to retire, I felt like I fulfilled what I really wanted to do? So that's kind of like my self-reflection on my career choices. I mean, I'm somebody that With my career, I've went through probably 4 or 5 different jobs over 33 years. And at this point, I'm trying to decide, can I better myself just a little bit before I retire? And so that's kind of what I'm looking at this point. Um, as far as um, did I pick the right choice? I'm where I want to be at this stage in my life because helping students. When I was young, I wanted to be a teacher. Never happened. Um, Changed different things down as my life went along. Worked different jobs, and finally coming to Winona State has kind of been the job that I've wanted. I love working with students. Enjoy talking to parents. I like being able to help them get on the right path, get on their way financially so that they're not overspending for school. I mean, I'm someone that wants to help students get through their career. So I thought, why not help myself? So that's kind of my self reflection on why I chose to be a college counselor. That's what I'm looking at in the individualized studies program. So I'm trying to finish out with my accounting degree and this. I feel that I could probably help students down the road and then benefit from it in the end because I can be promoted to a higher position before I retire, which is probably in the next 11 years. Um, the next screen is the challenges, social justice, and multicultural awareness. Under social justice, I felt that with the advanced technology, there's not much request for a live counselor. And with the growing demands and complexities that are in the world now, I mean, it just, I mean, there's going to be a point where there's not going to be many counselors, and to have a human counselor available as technology gets greater and greater down the road, I think it's going to be really important. As far as multicultural awareness, having the right skills and knowledge about diversity, because Winona State is a large campus for us. There's a lot of diversity here. And so having a deeper understanding of the culture, some of the cultures, like in the Muslim, their religion doesn't allow them to borrow money or to take money. So, knowing what these types of diverse people have and what their religions and beliefs are, I felt was really important. And so as a counselor, you would need to know that. For specific conflicts and resolutions within the 12 months coming up, right now my conflicts are I work a full-time job, plus this next semester I'm going to be taking 12 credits, so to me that's full-time. I've been currently going at 6 credits, and so that's going to be a big commitment for me. And I feel like I'm up to the challenge because I've managed it so far. The next conflict I would have is family commitments. Sometimes there's things on weekends and evenings that are going on when I need to allow time for myself to study. And the other thing would be finances, because everybody has trouble paying for school. I have a tuition waiver here, which certainly helps being a full-time person here, but you still have the added costs of laptop fees, um, books and things. So making sure I have that funding set aside. So my resolutions for this was we learned how to do a schedule and set up times where you have time for family or for studying throughout the week, and kind of follow the schedule and kind of put in when you need to do your laundry or when you need to be at work. Where are your areas that you have free time where you can fit this in? The other resolution I had is there's always financial aid available. Since I work in that area, I know a lot about it, so I can understand, kind of the bits and pieces about borrowing and things. Next, on how does being educated affect my life? Well, basically, the key role is the knowledge and skills and competence that you need to have that you can pass on to your children. Poverty, if you're someone that isn't well educated, you're in the poverty level usually. And then there's always anxiety, depression, and irritability. And you're probably less likely to be unemployed if you're well educated, because companies are looking for people who are educated. Financially, you get a better job with better benefits, of course. It's a better lifestyle for you. You can plan for college for your children and also have a better retirement plan with the more money you make. Professionally, I said there's always opportunities for advancement. So if you want to get higher up within a company, the more educated you are, the better you're going to fare that way. As far as current and future goals, my current goal is to graduate my current goal for the year is to get to junior status by the end of next year. My future goal is, of course, to graduate at WSU with the 4-year degree because I'm a first generation student, so that's key in my family. The 2 stories I spoke about that were in Luck is No Accident. I talked about in chapter 5, Go Ahead and Make Mistakes, the wrong number, please. That was the one about the RN who is burnt out from her job and ends up talking to somebody that called, and this person had told her to do a teaching course in nursing. Lost my train of thought there. Anyway, she ends up doing that and learns that she likes this and gets into a completely different job. She quits her job because she's so burned out after 18 years. Well, that's kind of like me. Before I came to Winona State, I was burnt out and ended up changing my job based on a phone call I got after 12 years of working in a company that I worked for. And so I came to Winona State, and it ended up paying off good for me. And then on chapter 6, to take action to create your own luck, it was the story on hard work pays off in unexpected ways. I also am a person who came from a low-income family like the girl Jenny in the story, and she wanted to be a mechanic like her father, and I didn't want to be a farmer like my dad, but I wanted to be well educated. So that's that story kind of comes to me, and why I'm selecting to go back to school and have a better career. And last, I just wanted to mention in that book by John Gardner, always learning, always trying, and always wondering is a good thing to keep in mind, and I really like that quote. So thanks for listening to my presentation. Appreciate you guys coming.
What's your password?